What's up, my guys? And for my brothers over there in the land of the rising sun, Genki, my guys. And sorry if my slow Oklahoma ass said that wrong. I tell you what, reading, that ain't really our strong suit down here, but I'll tell you what is. Honestly, nothing. But hey, enough about all that. Let's talk some damn wrestling. Now, what we do here on the show, the Wrasslin report card, is I take a wrestling show. I break down every match. I give them each a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them son bitches up to give that show its own report card. And tonight, AEW sends their best, and No Japan sends out their best, and we find out who the best really is as we have Forbidden Door 2. That's right, one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. And I tell you what, if I could just have that New Japan ring announcer say my name one time, I promise I'll finally get my life together and make something of myself, okay, mama? And speaking of mamas, this pay-per-view right here had everybody and they damn mama in it. I tell you what, we kicked this son bitch off with MJF defending the AEW title against the Japanese legend Tanahashi. Also, you got Kenny Omega defending the IWG Alphabet Soup title against Will Ospreay. And bruh, Will Ospreay probably looked like Braveheart to a colorblind son bitch, I tell you what. Plus, for the first time ever, you got Sting and Chris Jericho in the same ring, and CM Punk is back in action in his first singles match since that damn muffin. And in the main event, in what many consider to be the battle for the right to claim the #1 spot in the world, you got Okada taking on Bryan Danielson. Yes sir, 9 matches. We got a lot to talk about, so without further ado, go on and buckle up, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride, and let's get to grading, my guy. And tonight we kicking it off with the champ MJF defending that AEW World Heavyweight Championship against the Japanese legend, the Ace Tanahashi. And did y'all see MJF's ring gear? I tell you what, that fool came down with a robe that said New Japan is an indie. That boy right there is wild. And not only did he have another message for old Ace on his elbow sleeve, but MJF spit on that man. Yes, in front of damn near 15,000 people. Like, come on. You can't disrespect the legend like that. Well, anyways, MJF was still up to his usual shenanigans. And then he grabbed Tanahashi, shoved him into the ref, and then behind the ref's back, he pulled out that dynamite diamond ring. And you all know the history of that son bitch right there. You don't need me to tell you. And just like the good old days, MJF loaded that son bitch up. Tana didn't see it coming. The ref damn sure didn't see it. And before anybody knew what the hell was going on, the devil struck. And still, your AEW World Heavyweight Champion Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Yeah. Why do I keep doing that? Because you're a dumb son bitch. That's why. Jeez. Anyways, hey, y'all can argue all you want, but this is exactly how you want MJF picking up the win, because he needs all the heat he can get going into All In, All Out. You know, this is the kickoff of AEW's busy season, and tonight, all those cheers you heard at the beginning, nah, you didn't hear those at the end of the match. So for everything that happened right there, that's how you kick off the show. I'ma slap a B on that son bitch. And you thought the drama was done there? Cause next up, it's old Pepsi Phil, CM Punk, going one-on-one in his first singles match back in action against the Japanese icon, Kojima. And I tell you what, Kojima was whooping the absolute dog piss out of CM Punk. I can tell you one thing, I bet Hangman Page handed him a little envelope in the backstage area, but at the end of the day, Punk was able to avoid that devastating lariat, hit the GTS, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Punk moves on to the semis in the Owen Hart tournament now and will await the winner of Samoa Joe and Roddy Strong next week. And I gotta be honest, I thought old Punky looked good out there. I'ma slap a B+ on that sumbitch, and we gotta keep it rolling. I tell you what, up next, Orange Cassidy defends that International All-American 24/7 title in a fatal 4-way. And I tell you what, just go watch this sumbitch right here. 3 guys stepped up to the plate, and I tell you what, this thing got wild. But at the end of the day, in his 473rd title defense, Orange Cassidy basically limps away with that International 24/7 title. And at this point, who's gonna beat him? I mean, okay, let's build it up. Have him go into All In over in London and have a massive matchup for him, and maybe have him drop it there, maybe not. Who knows, but I like it. I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch, but we gotta keep the ball rolling, because up next, in what is already our third title defense of the night, you got the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata taking on Jungle Boy Jack. Now, Sonata was over there in those media press conferences showing mad disrespect to Jungle Boy Jack. But I tell you what, those two were out there trading licks with each other. I mean, they both had the pink meat on the chest, damn it. And Jungle Boy Jack said, put some respect on my damn name. But at the end of the day, Sonata ended up hitting him with that moonsault off the ropes to get the 1, 2, 3. And still, your IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. It's my guy Sonata, and yeah, I think you got another fan in me. That's why I love Forbidden Door right there. But the juicy stuff happened after the match, because up on the ramp, Hook went to congratulate Jungle Boy, but at the last second, I promise you, I called it. Jungle Boy turned around and turned on Hook, laying him out up there on the steel ramp. And finally, I mean, I feel like the crowd was cheering him more than they was booing him, because we've been all waiting on this for too damn long, and they really made you buy into it, because after that assault, Hook's own dad Taz left the commentary booth and never came back. But don't worry, because he got replaced by the man Tony Schiavone. And yeah, that was brilliantly done. I think in the most slept on match of the night, it really delivered. I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch. But we just getting started with Tony in the booth, because next up we got the 10-man tag team match. And holy fuck, this thing is chock full of nothing but straight dogs. And I tell you what, I swear, I thought we all witnessed Takeshita murder Ishii in front of our very eyes. Now, you know that Eddie Kingston only sided with him and the Elite because he hates Claudio, and I mean, he really hates that sumbitch. So during the match, Eddie Kingston actually ended up taking a bullet for his boy Moxley from the Young Bucks, and I don't think that sided very well with the Elite, but you know damn well Eddie don't give a shit about that. However, on the other hand, Moxley saw a helpless Eddie Kingston in the ring, so he went over and said, hey, how you doing? And then he just hit that sumbitch with a cutter. But that's alright though, because Eddie finally got to get his hands on Claudio. I tell you what, he's been waiting forever to do that. We all know. But I wish I could have saw a little bit more out of them two, but it's okay. At the end of the day, Ishii, thank God he made it out alive, because I was a little scared for my guy. He got a hold of poor Willa Yuta, hit him with that infamous delayed vertical brainbuster, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. And man, I don't know how anybody could hate on that match right there. I'm going to slap an A on that sumbitch, but we're going to jump into another title match over in the women's division, as you got the AEW champion Toni Storm defending that title against Willow, who arguably has the most momentum in the women's division in AEW at this point. And did you hear what Toni Storm said about Willow in the scrum? She said she slapped my tits off, didn't she? But at the end of the day, it wasn't enough, because Toni went low, and after gouging the eyes behind the rest back, she hit the Storm Zero, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. And still, your AEW Women's Heavyweight Champion Toni Storm, and those ladies went out and put on. I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. Now, let's go back to the boys, because up next, in the match of the night, in my opinion, you got the IWG Alphabet Soup US title on the line, as Kenny Omega defends that sumbitch against Will Ospreay in their third epic encounter. And bruv, I know y'all saw when Ospreay hit Omega with the one-winged angel, Kenny kicked out at one, and I tell you what, Toronto came unglued, and Kenny had Ospreay out there bleeding like a stuck pig. But after withstanding that brutal all-out assault from the cleaner, Ospreay ended up hitting Kenny with everything but the kitchen sink. Then you added a little help from that carny piece of shit Don Callis, and then Ospreay loaded up one last Hidden Blade Stormbreaker combo, and ain't nobody kicking out of that twice, my guy. And new IWGP US champion, got it right that time, Will Ospreay, and what a match. Those two will never have their faces on the side of a milk carton because they ain't never missing. But for that match right there, I'm slapping an A+ on that sumbitch. But now we gotta move on. We got a 6-man tag. For the first time in history, you will have Sting on the opposite side of the ring as Chris Jericho. Oh hell yeah, brother. Now the tension between Jericho and his boy Sammy Guevara keeps growing coming into this match. And at one point, Jericho actually ordered Sammy to go up on the top ropes and wipe Sting out with a 630 splash out on the floor through a damn table. Now Sting, being the man that he is, not only ate that, but he got that old ass of his up and was still able to go back into the ring, work with Naito, and help his team get the 1, 2, 3. And yeah, that was a little bit of a funky finish, but look, if I can move half as good as half the age that Sting is, and yeah, I'm already almost there, I'll be happy with that. So I'm gonna slap a C+ on that sumbitch, but that's enough of the talk because it's time for the main event, and we're gonna get down to it in what many consider to be the fight for the right to be claimed the #1 wrestler in the world. You got Bryan Danielson taking on Okada, and damn it, we got the return of the final countdown. And once I heard that, I knew that Danielson, oh, he wasn't losing, hell no. And believe it or not, after all out brutality, Danielson actually made Okada tap out. Yeah, holy shit, that's crazy right there. I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch, but you know what that actually means. Now that Danielson has made what many consider the best in the world tap out, MJF with his win over Bryan Danielson is now the best in the world. You can't question it, my guy. But hey, MJF is still the champ, so Danielson can have that little win if he wants to. But y'all know what part of the show that we've gotten to. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card, my guy. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B+. That's right, in 89%. Like I said, they showed up, they showed out, and they put on absolute bangers tonight. If you left unhappy, man, just go find another hobby. I don't know what to tell you, okay? Well, as you know, I gotta give my shout outs. OG Bobby Knifehawk for the music. You know where to find him on SoundCloud. Also, shout out to my girlfriend Esther for this shirt, man. It's pretty dope. Shout out to my guy Ice Cube. And shout out to all 12 of you still tuned in right here. If you haven't already, you know the drill. Subscribe, like, comment. But hey, that really does help. I appreciate all of you that do. Other than that, like I said, I'm your host Cody. I'm signing off. I hope all you BEA beautiful folks stay safe out there and have a nice day.